Alright, so we are now in a game that simulates being an Amazon employee. It is Parcel Simulator. This game is absolute fun. I've played a bunch of it, so I do know what I'm doing. But we will go through from the beginning just so that you can join me along. But before that, one announcement. Alright, first a quick PSA. I do indeed use YouTube auto dubbing, and if you're viewing this in a different language and you would prefer to view it in English, you can do so easily by clicking on the settings down in the bottom right hand corner of your video and clicking audio track. And there you'll be able to switch to English US if you want to hear my original voice. Alternatively, if you want a better understanding, maybe auto dubbing is for you. It's currently available in 11 different languages, including Japanese, Korean, and Hindi, just to name a few. So that's an option that you can obviously use if you choose to do so. And you can easily switch at any time in the video to a different language.
一方通行しかないとしたら、2つのエリアを行ったり来たりしなければならないということだ。それは難しいだろう。Maksud saya, itu hanya akan memperlambat kesempatan untuk menyedot semuanya.
It's as easy as just a few clicks like that, and it will retain your position within the video. Thank you. All right. Thank you for listening to that, and we'll continue here. So what we have to do is inspect the tablet, which we could do from here, and unlock it. And read what the boss has to say. Basically, he explains the base premise of the game, which is there's an export door and there's a return chute, and we're going to build up from there. And how to start day one, we go ahead and open the door over here. So this is the chute for parcels that are good, and this is the chute for parcels that are not good, and we go from there. There is a back room here where we can do contracts later on. I don't know if I can open, oh, I can open this door, good. And then there's like a room over here that's sort of like a, you know, whatever you want to call it, a break room or what have you. F5 to refresh. Nice. So we'll start our first day by opening the door over here. And we'll take our first package. And we're gonna, it is gonna tell us we need to check the country name, the flag, and the type. So we can hit R to rotate, usually pretty useful, and we can come to the table over here where we can see. So we can also rotate our stuff on the table and move it however we prefer. I want this probably like this, and we can hit X to lock it in place. So I can no longer move this anywhere. Very, very useful, I have to say. I do wish this would go away though, because I can't view this. So when we go to country, we got to make sure that the country name and the flag match, which they do currently. We also have to check the cargo type, which on this one, can I rotate? Yeah, I guess that's good enough. No, it's gonna bug me, sorry. I want something between those two angles. We also have to check the cargo type, but we haven't started there yet. Oh, we have to put the approved sticker because it is approved, which we stick on the box like so. Then we can step away and throw it down the approved chute. And once that happens, we can click the button. Now, if we get more, we will get a bonus, sort of a multiplier. Sorry, there's not a multiplier. There's the submission type right there that we get per time that's charged. Now when we check this one, I'm pretty sure the sticker does not match, so it's just showing us what a denial looks like. We print that and stick it on there. And we head over and throw it on down the chute. And we probably have to submit it as well, I'm not sure. Yes, we do. The first day is kind of railroaded. In fact, the first couple of days are. So we'll continue with this. This is telling us some come pre-inspected, like this one, which is approved. So we can just take those and throw them down the appropriate chute. They will always be correct. If it says approved, it's always approved. If it says denied, it's always denied. And we can hit T to open our tablet that's like on our hands. And yes, he's telling us about the batches that I just told you. So he wants us to get the industrial scales. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll need the license as well. I don't think we can actually afford that yet. No, we need $300 for that. So we'll worry about that later. For now, what we're going to do, which is sort of the key to the beginning, is we're going to take the parcels and throw them out because this door will close. And once this time for next delivery arrives, goes full, we get another delivery. So it's advisable, especially if you want to go through this fairly quickly, to start pulling them off like that. Now this one already I can tell is wrong because the delivery type is like shipping container or something, which is not what we do. The only delivery types that we do are located on the door, and right now it's just car and train. This one's already pre-denied, don't have to worry about it. Throw it down, the chute. And we're just going to go through the day at this point with this one's pre-denied, so we'll get that one prepared. We're just going to go through the day as is here, where I will rack up as much money as I possibly can and clear as many. This is also fake because we don't deliver by sand timer, hourglass, whatever you want to call it. And we will go ahead and see how many things we can get done, and then I'll bring you back, because unless there's something absolutely interesting, we're not going to bother with those scales because we can't afford the license yet. We also don't deliver by ski lift or whatever that is. So something I usually do when I'm taking the packages off at first is I look for what is the delivery type, as well as has it been pre-approved or pre-denied, because it's pretty quick to tell the delivery type. And you'll see the difference when we submit 8 out of 8 here is going to be much more. It's $264 in this case. So this one's delivery via carrot. So that's obviously not going to be correct. I have not found once a single carrot to deliver any parcel. You'll also find if you're starting the game, you're going to find a real knack for, at least I find, the certain countries, especially this one. Not this one. This one's wrong because of that, but it's pretty close to the flag for Ligball, which I don't know why, but it just seems to stick in the mind when you hear it. This one looks like, this is not Impland, this is like Jonathea and Impland mixed together in a sign that is incorrect. You'll find as well that there are a lot more denials, especially at the start, and then there are approvals. This is not Ligball, unless they've changed the flag, which I will quickly check. So that sound, that dong, means end of day. That we don't deliver by rocket ship. And I actually do think that's Mateen. So I will finish out these parcels, and then I will bring you back. You'll also notice as well, now that this is 8, I can't actually throw a package on, but it'll just freeze and stop there, so we can approve this, the truck will take it away, and it'll instantly slide down. So you kind of have a grace period of 1 above whatever your actual limit is. So right now it starts at 8, and it increases. I can't remember if it increases by 2s or 4s once you start getting those upgrades. But once that does happen, then like I said, you can usually get 1 or 2 parcels that stay in there. Depending whether you need money or not as well, you can keep the parcels from being delivered. Like right now, I will not submit these or the ones on the other side. This one's a failure because we don't deliver by ski lift. So I only ever send them if there is the maximum amount, especially for the denials. The only thing I will say to that is cargo type changes per day. So especially for the ones at the bottom, like you can leave them there and only deliver them on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Tuesdays for airplane and boats, respectively. But the big one is there is one exit at the beginning until you get much later for train and for truck, which are together. And on Saturdays and Sundays, those are not delivered, train and truck. You also notice there's a kitty here. I don't think you can actually pet the kitty, I'll pretend to pet the kitty. Oh, right, boxes. Unused boxes you can put there. Okay. And the scales, I mean, I guess I can put them like here. Doesn't really matter right now. We're very quickly going to move out of that as well. And now that'll allow us to buy that. And we'll also buy the envelopes. Oh no, we can't until we hit tier 1. Okay. He's telling us how to weigh. I know how to weigh. Basically, you just need to check what's the sticker on it versus the weight. And then from there, it will continue on. Like you'll just match the weight, to whatever the sticker is. It'll either be approved or denied. That's the basis of this entire game, realistically, is you match the two things. So they're going to want us to inspect 5 of those. What's the purchase? 700. Okay, so since we're done and we don't have anything else to do for today, we will go ahead and go to sleep in our nice little shipping container that is back here in behind the warehouse. Much like an Amazon employee, we can't afford room and board anyway, so we just have to live in a shipping container out back and eat exclusively Hot Pockets that we throw into our only real thing that we own, which is a microwave. We have a kettle, but no place to boil it, so it's just a decoration at this point. So we'll open our tablet just so that it's unlocked. Oh, and it's telling us about bills, which will be here, $36. Every few days we will indeed get billed. And we will open the door to start our day. And you will notice all of these now have some kind of a inspection on them for weight. And this is Ligball. We'll put it down. We can get it to start weighing, and it will keep the weight there indefinitely until we're able to actually check it out. So again, we're going to haul everything off so the door can close and we can prep our next one. Now this is D class, and I mean I think A class is where we start for weight under 5 kilo or something. We'll open this up over here just so it's here. Yeah, 5 kilo is A class, so they well overpaid for their weight. I guess that's fine, that's their choice. And this one I don't see any issues with right away, so we will go ahead and weigh that. And we'll continue this pattern of trying our best to move through everything. So this is 10 kilos. I didn't pay attention to the weight class. The weight class is E. E can be literally everything. I think it goes up to like 50 kilos or something crazy. No, 30 kilos. So E class is pretty much always, I don't think I've ever once denied an E class. So I don't think they come that heavy. This is delivery via hourglass, so we can go ahead and deny that right away. Oh no, it's telling us to investigate the room for contracts. I apologize. So we'll go ahead in here and it's going to tell us about contracts. I think it's going to ask us to take one as well. Yes, it is. So we now have contracts here. All they want is 2 parcels. Nothing else is required. So we can click the door button and we'll see that we already have a truck here. The good part about contracts, which we can check out as we go, we can throw anything in there. It does not matter. I wouldn't chuck in any of these pre-approvals or pre-denials or ones that we can find out as denials right away, because the name of the game is to get more done in less time. So all we have to do is get 2 of any package and throw them in there. And this was actually already ready to go. So we'll put these in our pile. This one's a pre-denial, so we'll throw that in as well. And this last package, unless it's an obvious denial, we're going to throw in the truck. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, of course, I haven't tested the weight, but that's fine. So 2 go in the back of this one. We click the button on this side to submit it, and it's either right or it's wrong. In this case, it's right. And we go from there. It is worth looking at the contracts, especially usually at the beginning. You can buy your upgrades over there, or you can buy them here. I just prefer to go over and do it. We've now unlocked air, so it's telling us be careful. So we've unlocked air, and we can hold on to them in a number of fashions. We can either put them on the shelf, which I do like to do whenever possible, or we can just lay them on the ground anywhere. That's the other thing. That is not Jonathea, so that's a failure. This one's pre-approved for Congrati. It wants us to purchase 3 conveyors, and we will go ahead and do that shortly. But for now, we're just going to continue working through these because it will be an advantage to us the more that we can get done. And again, because we're closing in on the end of the day, there's only 2 in-game hours left. I'm going to work through all of these, and then I will get back to you. So this one's approved, but you'll notice it is flight, which again, like I said, these are not actually open right now. We can throw them down the chute if we want. We just can't deliver them. It's still fine to throw them down the chute and wait. And after there's 8 in there, we can start stacking them on the shelves. Now, I've purchased a couple of different things. One is I've purchased actually 2 pallets. I like to have 1 pallet that I can use at any time to attach parcels. The game wants us to buy 3 conveyors. They're not really going to be of much use to us at this point, but we can do that by just clicking on them, basically. There are different sizes of the parcels. Or sorry, of the pallets. There's different sizes of the pallets that we can use to keep that going. And then I also like to have one that I keep for things like, in this case, denials, because it is a good little ways away over there. It's 5, so that's an approval. But we can go ahead and stack these once we deny them, and then we can take the whole thing over. We can also hold multiple packages. This is E, so it's fine. We can hold multiple packages and dump them off by hitting, well, there's 2 things. You can either pick up each individual package and place it on by clicking, or you can pick up the whole pallet and you can pick them up by clicking on them. You can also, while holding, click Q to drop the packages through the bottom of the pallet, which is really useful because we can then take 8 at a time, line them up with the actual chute, and start throwing them down. Prunia E-Class, again, we can print an approval. We got something wrong. Oh, we delivered one that had air. So I gotta be more careful about my signs because they wanted air and it's gonna take forever to get to them. I'm pretty sure that's Southport. Now this is called Glitch Road, which is concerning. Sometimes you'll find that the wrong ones will have, which this one is, will have funny names like that, or like Troll Lane or anything like that. So now, like I was saying, we can take these and we can actually bring them over here. And as long as we're lined up more or less in the middle, we can hit Q and they will drop down. So this will end up giving us our 8, so we can submit this one as well. Now the game wants us to get the serial keypad. The serial keypad is probably by far my least favorite of the upgrades. The only upside to it is that we get more money, but it really slows things down. So everything's stuck here. There's a couple things. You can either click the buttons over here, which will allow you to do that, or you can use your numpad. And once you get to the 9th digit, you are good to go from there. So again, we don't really have anything to do. We could purchase a few different things. Oh, we have to get the license. That's done. And then we'll get the email that tells us how does it work. So we'll go ahead and go back to sleep in our very happy little container. It'll give us our little printout of how we did for the day. We can just click through it if we want, I guess. No, we can't. If we click again, we just go back to sleep. So it'll slow it down. So I guess we do indeed have to wait. And as we get later on, we will do things like open up packages like you can see there, but that is later in the game. We're still sort of in the railroaded tutorial phase, if you will. We have a new email, so we'll unlock our tablet here and see what that's about. Okay, yeah, so that's just telling us about the doors. That's fine. I like to check out what we have in the contracts before we start, see if there's any good ones. Like this one just needs an approval sticker, and I think we get like $30 per package or something, so 50 is definitely more. So go ahead and accept that because that's easy. This one will also accept. It's just 9 parcels, so that will speed us up in just throwing 9 different parcels in. This one, they need to be valid, so we got to check, and we'll actually, I believe, lose money on that, so we won't take it. This one is just contains 6, and this one needs to go to Get Danica. So deliveries, distributions, and Mollusk mail, we'll go ahead and accept those after we complete the singular valid going to Hercules haulage. And I'm caught up in my cords here. Sorry if you can hear some feedback. We'll go ahead and start the day. The wait was good. We got to do the serial, which, like I said, really slows things down, but that is valid, so we can approve that. And this one, when we're done, we'll go into that container in the back. So again, what's going to really speed us along is taking those contracts in this case, because we will right away deliver this one, and then we'll take the next one, and we can go through quite a good number of the deliveries, because once we get the approval on that, we then can go to our contracts and we can take this one. So 9 parcels, that's going to be fairly easy. We're just going to take them off from here and throw them in there, as long as they're not auto rejects. Because the auto rejects, well, we know they're going to be auto rejected, and we don't have to worry about them. The whole advantage of this is being able to add to speed, which we can now do by just running them over. Have a booyah! I know is definitely wrong, so we will go ahead and put that in the area to be denied. Chip drive. The reason I'm checking for that is that we actually will get more money for the denials than we will for that contract. That's the sort of key of that contract, is we're just sort of outsourcing the packages, if you will. So we don't get as much money, but it's a lot quicker to just take them and throw them on the truck. So again, we can take it and very easily just start dumping them. The only thing about dumping them this way is you have to wait a second, because they will get stuck there. And once they start moving, you're fine. But if they're not moving, they can get stuck on each other. And occasionally you will get a break dancer like that. So I guess the first pallet only holds 6, because we should be able to pick up 6 packages with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I have 3 in there already. I have 4, so we're not going to want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that will be good, and we can deliver that. We can go ahead and throw this here, because the next contract we're going to take is going to be the other one that's just like a mass contract. We might not actually need to take the other contract at this point, because we're pretty full up, all things considered. I think we got 1 or 2 packages that have not yet been scanned. I don't know how much is in the next contract. I believe it was this one. 6 parcels. Yeah, I think we already have that, actually. We just need 1 more. So we'll go ahead and take it again, just because it's going to speed us up. So I'm not sure if that's Jonathea or not. It looks a little weird, but that's fine. And this is also an auto denial. So we'll actually pile these up here, and we'll just grab 6 and head on back. So at the beginning of the game, it's definitely good to take the contracts. It speeds things up and makes your life easier. But as the game goes on, you'll find more and more it's actually not worth it to have the contracts, because they just create more of a hassle, unless it's like ridiculous paying or something like that. It's usually better to just complete your actual day. And taking those contracts and doing that, we only have 2 left at the end of the day. So that tells me we've done a pretty decent job. This one's E-class, so I don't even have to weigh it. I don't know if that's Southport, though. Yes, it is Southport. And it's train, which is good, so we'll go ahead and approve this. And this is the last one here, which I didn't pay attention to the weight, so we're going to have to weigh it again. I also didn't do the serial. I completely forgot about the serial number, so hopefully that's right. D-class 21, I don't think that's good, is it? No, so that's a failure as well. So let's hope, if any of those are wrong, it's probably the serial, and I am submitting it early just because I want to know. Yes, we got it wrong because there's 2 wrong now. So when we check our tablet, it's going to tell us it's because of the serial. Why did those not go? Okay, so it is going to go with 8. Perfect. Yeah, serial was invalid, and then therefore the approval was wrong, and we already saw the error one. And that's it for today's day. So we can go ahead and buy the next warehouse expansion, which is going to open up another door for us to haul things off of. This is where it starts to get more busy. Pretty soon we're going to want to look as well at getting the upgrade for conveyor deliveries. This is probably the best one because we can start to convey things out, which means it's going to be less work for us. We don't actually have to haul them off, if you will. So that's always good. The next thing they want is for us to get the weight scanner. Again, definitely a good upgrade for us. So we can go ahead and we can't buy it yet. It's $1,500, but once we can, we're going to want it because what we're going to do is we're going to take these packages of conveyors and we're going to set them up so that it comes in and it goes out. And then we can queue up 2 things to be weighed at the same time. It does take a good bit of time. I think the first level is 10 seconds or something along those lines for it to actually go through. But once we get those moving through the system, it's going to weigh them for us. So it'll do that part of our job while we're working. Again, if it comes out that it's wrong, well, that's easy. We just throw a wrong sticker on it. If it's right, then we just have to check the other things. So we have another email there today. Because of the parcel. Did we get the parcel type? We did, yeah. And we can, no, we didn't. So go ahead and we'll get the envelopes in small boxes. That'll give us $5 extra per parcel type. So we will start the day, and you'll notice that we not only have this door open, but we also have that door open. So we can haul off of this one. This is where the game really starts to get into the need of automation. This is going to be denied, so we'll throw that up there. And this is also going to be denied because we don't deliver by birthday cake. That one will close, and as soon as it's ready, it will come back. This needs to be checked. That is not Southport, actually, so that can be denied. This is already denied, so we can put it on the denial tray. And that one's almost open. Now, it looks like everything's being denied, so that is potentially Molland, so that's fine. That is Congrati. So the serial needs to be checked. This is, I believe that's Prunia. And this is Southport. So this one was all ones that need to be checked. And you'll notice now we're pretty much just running back and forth between the two. I do highly recommend that just so that, again, you get the most out of each in-game day. And that's Mateen. So we can go ahead and start throwing denial stickers on these. So we've reached the end of the day. That truck's unloaded. This truck did not come back in time. So no more deliveries for the day, it says. And you'll notice we have quite a few more boxes than last time. We have this full pallet that's ready to go down the chute over here. So we'll go ahead and throw those off. And I don't know if that parcel is stuck or what its problem is. No, it was just waiting its turn, I guess. This is pre-approved for flights, so we can get that ready for, again, I believe tomorrow. And we actually have these two, which are also pre-approved denials, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they are. On all these guys that have some problem that I noticed. to begin with. So we'll go through those because it's a pretty quick process. And then we have to turn around and look at all the ones that are behind us, which actually we'll start our next plan for that, because we can now get the weight scanner. The sticker checker sounds really good, but the sticker checker is actually only for checking the whatchamacallit. I didn't mean to pack that up. I was just going to put it over here to sort of speed it up. So the sticker checker only checks approves or denials. It does not check, like, is the sticker correct? Those are all separate things, and I guess you could argue realistically that's what we're checking out. But what we're going to do here is we are going to put it like this. Yeah, that should be good. And we'll be able to pop these open, and we can put one in and one out on each side. And by doing this, this basically allows a depth of 2, because it will fall off the conveyor, I believe, as well as fill the conveyor before it goes on. And we can start to take these packages and put it in for scanning. It'll go in, it takes 10 seconds, like it says right there, 10 seconds. And when it's done, it will spit it out as either good or bad. So that one's bad. So we can go ahead and throw that over here, because this is the bad door. And we can keep that going. And while that goes, we can also complete these. There's no reason that we should stop. Oh, this must have been the one that we just threw out. I was going to say, I don't know why that one's wrong. And that one's good. So again, we just keep along with this as we're doing our job. And it'll at least automate, for the most part, the weight. So we no longer really have to worry about checking weight, because it should be checked on its own through that system. If we have to step away like this, that's perfectly fine. We've already queued up another box. And this is now at 8 of 8, so we'll submit that. And then we can go over. So this is now stuck because we have 2 that are actually potentially good. And I'll keep them here for now, because I want to get rid of all these automatic denials before we actually start the next pile, which is ones that are ready to be checked. And more approvals. And you hate to see it. You actually love to see denials. So it looks like we actually only have a distance of 1. It won't go beyond the actual initial dump. So that's fine. The denials will go out on this one. We end up loading the next one. And if it's approved like this one is, we just have to check what its delivery is, which is good. What the country is, Vocua is good. Again, we don't have to worry about weight at this point, so we just check the serial. And it's all good. So with that, we print our approval, and we get it down the chute. It's the beginning of our automation. Yes, it's nothing amazing, but that's, I guess, the way automation starts in every facet anyway. But it will speed up our job. I'm hoping to find a serial that's bad, not only like for coming out of the thing, but there are also bad serials, like there's one right there that I'll show you in a second. So it also saves us time. So we'll put this in the pile. So this serial, you can see, only has 8 digits. It does not have 9 digits, which means it's a denial, because there is no space for 8 digits. They all are required to have the 9. Another quick check that can be done. This one has an E in it. There is no letters. There is only numbers. So these, when you're playing the game, these are the shortcuts that you're going to be looking for. Again, serial looks fine. I think that's Yat Danica. Yes, it is. And by streamlining your process, by training yourself to figure out which one is wrong from the outset and why, is what's really going to make things go a lot quicker. So that'll go down here, and now this is all approved. And the other advantage to this of waiting for the end of day to do it is we're no longer in a rush. Like nothing is on a time crunch anymore. Nothing's on a time crunch anymore because there's no more parcels to come in. If we wished, we could actually just leave all these parcels for tomorrow. And again, this is only our first sort of turn into automation. As we get further and further ahead, we will get more and more automation, and it will make our job easier and easier. And to be honest, it'll also increase our accuracy because there will be less human error. Now, if you accidentally punch the wrong number, obviously it's going to say that it's wrong, even though it's not. So I usually recommend if you get an invalid in the serial, that you go ahead and try it again, just to make sure you get invalid again, especially in that case, like that last one I had a pile of 6s and 9s. So the Southport 627 760 768 is invalid. So I'm going to try again. 627 760 768 is invalid. The reason I say that is twofold. One, anyone can make an error, and two, it seems like most times that there is an error in the serial. It's usually because it's missing a digit or it has a letter in it or something like that. I do know that's congrati, so that's fine. We can approve that and throw it down the chute. And now all we have to do is the remainder of these. So I will head through that. All right, and this is the last approval here. As you saw, I probably had about 24 items that I had to check the serial for, and only 2 of them were actually denials based on the serial being an incorrect serial. So like I said before, it's almost negligible, the amount that come through. Most of them that are going to be wrong are going to be wrong because they either have a number in them, sorry, they either have a letter in them or there's not enough numbers or what have you. There are a few things that we're going to do here with the money that we have. The first thing, like I said, we're going to want conveyor deliveries. It just makes our life so much easier. It's going to allow us to hook conveyor belts up to these, and it's just going to send out the packages automatically. And realistically, that's one of the first stages that we're going to need to automate everything in any case. Now, these machines are too slow and we can't upgrade them yet. We need to be warehouse tier 5 before we can. But we can sort of get started into getting this more centralized, if you will. And for that, we're going to need more of the conveyors. So we'll probably we'll get 2 of these corners. And to be honest, we'll probably get like 15 of these straights. Now this setup isn't actually going to allow us to directly convey into the, I mean, we could do one of them going directly into the weighing machine, and we might actually do that now that I think about it, and have the other one haul off. These corners, as you can see, are sometimes going to need to be flipped, which you can do by clicking X, and that will then let you flip them. So again, the whole purpose of this is to make our own life easier so that we're able to get through more packages in less time. It's also great once you get to the end stage of automation, and when you end your day, you actually legitimately end your day. The game just, you know, makes the noise and, oh, I'm done everything because automation is taking care of the vast majority of issues that I have. So with this will start us into the process. 10 seconds is a long time. So we've got ourselves a bit of belt here, but we're probably going to, throughout the day, have to come back here when this builds up and throw the items off. So that's something to keep in mind. We're also going to extend these out so that more items can go through, because again, once it gets to the end, if we're not prepared, it's going to fall off the end, it's going to create a backlog, and it's going to get everything stuck. So we should be able to do something a little like this. It's not really optimal because of the fact that you know, there's not really any turns or anything, but for now, most of this should come out automatically. The denials being dumped behind me so that I can easily put them through and throw them onto that pallet, and the approvals coming over here, which I can just chuck off over here. This truck we will have to manually unload. It will only end up doing one. So we will go ahead, and the game saves at nighttime. So we will do that to save the game. And once that is complete, I will just start the day to show you in theory how this is going to work, just so that you have an idea if you don't already understand. So we'll start the day, and with the auto conveyors, everything's going to automatically come out of the conveyors, which are on the trucks, and come through. Mostly what we're going to do is be looking for the stickers, like this one that's auto approved, and we'll end up taking it and throwing it down. The other side, like I said, the packages are only going to get dumped and they're going to wait there. So we can go ahead and just pick those and throw those off to the side, unless they're approved like this one is. At which point we can throw them down the chute. And today is the day that we'll be able to send off the air deliveries as well. That being said, though, it is getting long into the recording. It has been a while. So I would like to thank you if you've watched this far. Think about throwing a like, a comment, maybe subscribing if you want to see more of this. It really, really helps. And I would like to thank you if you've watched this far, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.